Breaking news, Cowboys Nation, Mike McCarthy is OUT as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones just dropped a bombshell that's shaking the NFL to its core. Is this the end of an era or the start of something bigger? Stick around because we're diving deep into the shocking resignation, the rumors swirling around Jerry World, and the wild speculation about who might be next to lead America's team. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We're diving deep into the biggest story to hit Dallas since, well, probably ever. That's right, we're talking about the bombshell that just dropped. Mike McCarthy is out as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and Jerry Jones himself has confirmed the resignation. This isn't just another coaching change, folks. This is the end of an era, and the beginning of what could be a whole new chapter for the silver and blue. Now, before we get into all the juicy details, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We're bringing you the hottest Cowboys news as it happens, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Alright, let's break this down. Just hours ago, Jerry Jones, the outspoken owner of the Dallas Cowboys, held an emergency press conference that sent shockwaves through the NFL. With a solemn face we rarely see from the always enthusiastic Jones, he announced that Mike McCarthy has resigned as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, effective immediately. Yeah, you heard that right. The man who's been at the helm for the past few seasons, who's weathered storms of criticism and moments of triumph, is hanging up his Cowboys hat for good. But here's where it gets really interesting, folks. This isn't just a simple resignation. The timing, the manner, the sheer abruptness of it all, it's got everyone from fans to football analysts scratching their heads and speculating wildly. Let's face it, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys here. Nothing is ever simple or straightforward with America's team. So, what led to this shocking turn of events? Well, buckle up because we're about to take a deep dive into the turbulent waters of Cowboys politics, on-field performance, and behind-the-scenes drama that's been building up to this moment. First off, let's talk about McCarthy's tenure with the Cowboys. When he took over in 2020, hopes were high. Here was a guy with a Super Bowl ring, someone who had taken the Green Bay Packers to the promised land. Cowboys fans were dreaming of a return to glory, of finally breaking that championship drought that's been haunting us since the 90s. And let's be real, there were moments of brilliance. The offense, when firing on all cylinders, was a thing of beauty. Dak Prescott put up numbers that had people talking MVP, and the emergence of CeeDee Lamb as a bona fide superstar gave us all hope for the future. But then there were the lows. Oh boy, were there lows. Playoff disappointments that felt like gut punches. Wild inconsistencies from week to week that had fans pulling their hair out. And let's not forget the clock management issues and questionable play calling that became McCarthy's calling card, and not in a good way. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But YouTuber name? McCarthy just led us to another playoff appearance. The team was looking good. And you're not wrong. Which is exactly why this resignation is so shocking and has everyone buzzing with theories and speculation. Here's where we need to put on our detective hats and read between the lines a bit. Jerry Jones, in his press conference, was uncharacteristically tight-lipped about the details surrounding McCarthy's departure. He praised Mike's contributions to the team, called him a true professional, but there was something in Jerry's eyes, a tension in his voice, that hinted at more going on beneath the surface. Let's not forget, this is Jerry Jones we're talking about. The man who once said he'd fire himself as general manager if he wasn't the owner. The guy who's known for his hands-on approach and isn't afraid to make big, bold moves. So when he's being cagey about the details, you know there's more to the story. Now, I've been talking to some of my sources close to the organization, and while I can't reveal names, let me tell you, the whispers I'm hearing are painting a picture of internal strife that's been building for months. There are rumors of disagreements between McCarthy and key players, of friction with the front office over personnel decisions, and this is the big one of a fundamental difference in vision for the future of the team between McCarthy and Jerry Jones himself. But here's where it gets really juicy, folks. There's chatter, and I stress, this is still in the realm of speculation that Jerry might have someone specific in mind to take over the reins. And if the rumors are true, it could be a name that sends shockwaves through the entire league. Before we get to that, though, let's talk about what this means for the Cowboys right now. We're staring down the barrel of one of the most important off-seasons in recent memory. The draft is coming up, free agency is looming, and now we've got a coaching vacancy to fill. This isn't just about finding a new head coach. This is about charting a new course for one of the most storied franchises in NFL history. Think about it. The next person to step into those shoes isn't just taking on a coaching job. They're inheriting the weight of expectation from one of the most passionate fan bases in sports. They're stepping into the pressure cooker that is Jerry World, where every decision, every play call, every win and loss is scrutinized under the harshest of spotlights. Now, let's talk about the team itself. How is this going to affect the players? Dak Prescott, who's been through the ringer with injuries and comebacks, now has to adapt to yet another coaching change. The young stars like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb, who've been developing under McCarthy's system, might have to adjust to a whole new philosophy. And what about the veterans? Guys like Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence, who've seen coaches come and go, how will they rally the locker room during this transition? But here's the thing, Cowboys Nation. As shocking as this news is, as uncertain as the future might seem right now, there's also an undercurrent of excitement running through the fan base. Because let's be honest, while McCarthy had his moments, there was always a sense that something was missing. That extra spark, that X factor that could push this talented roster over the edge and back into true Super Bowl contention. So now, the question on everyone's minds, who's next? Who's going to step into the pressure cooker that is the Cowboys' head coaching job? Will Jerry go for a proven NFL head coach, someone who's tasted success and knows how to handle the spotlight? Or will he roll the dice on an up-and-coming coordinator, someone with fresh ideas who can maximize the potential of this roster? There are already names being thrown around. Some are calling for a return of Jason Garrett, believe it or not. Others are eyeing hot coordinators like Brian Daboll or Eric Bieniemy. And then there's the wild card option, the college ranks. Could we see Jerry make a splash by luring a big-name college coach to the NFL? But remember that rumor I mentioned earlier? The one that could shake up the entire league? Well, hold on to your hats, because there's whispers, and I stress. These are just whispers at this point that Jerry Jones might be eyeing none other than Bill Belichick. Yeah, you heard that right. The architect of the Patriots dynasty, the man with 6 Super Bowl rings as a head coach, potentially coming to Dallas. Now, before we get too carried away, let's be clear, this is still very much in the realm of speculation. Belichick is still under contract with the Patriots, and there's been no official word from either camp. But just imagine, for a moment, the possibilities. Belichick's defensive genius, paired with the Cowboys' offensive firepower. His no-nonsense approach, bringing discipline to a team that's often been criticized for lacking it. And of course, the sheer spectacle of Belichick and Jerry Jones, 2 of the biggest personalities in the NFL working together. It's a long shot, sure. But if there's one thing we know about Jerry Jones, it's that he's not afraid to swing for the fences. And landing Belichick would be the equivalent of a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. Of course, whether it's Belichick or someone else entirely, whoever steps into this role is going to have their work cut out for them. The NFC East isn't getting any easier, with the Eagles looking strong, the Giants on the rise, and even the Commanders showing flashes of potential. The new coach will need to hit the ground running, building on the foundation that's there while instilling their own philosophy and culture. So, where do we go from here, Cowboys Nation? Well, first and foremost, we wait. The rumor mill is going to be working overtime in the coming days and weeks. Every tweet, every press conference, every sideline conversation is going to be analyzed and overanalyzed for clues about the team's next move. But here's what I can tell you with certainty. This is a pivotal moment for the Dallas Cowboys. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will shape the future of this franchise for years to come. We're not just talking about the 2024 season here. We're talking about potentially setting the course for the next decade of Cowboys football. As fans, all we can do is trust the process, support our team, and hope that whoever takes the reins can finally bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Dallas. It's been too long, folks. Too long since we've tasted that championship glory. And while the road ahead might be uncertain, there's always hope. That's what being a Cowboys fan is all about. So, what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Who do you want to see as the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going. This is a time for us to come together as a fan base, to share our hopes, our fears, and our dreams for the future of America's team. Remember to hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful, and subscribe for all the latest Cowboys news and analysis. We're going to be all over this story as it develops, bringing you updates, interviews, and insider information you won't find anywhere else.